Hello, and welcome back to the More Than Mindset Show. This week, I am talking about how you can have a super life. But first, we have to talk about what is a super life and what is preventing you from having it now. So I'm Kim Guillory, host of the More Than Mindset Show. I have been recording this show for over 300 episodes, so it's been a few years. We do one every single week. So you can imagine what is 52 times, I don't know, guys, 5 or 6 years. Anyway, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with me. And I appreciate you sharing this with your family and friends. So for today, let's talk about a super life. What is a super life? What is the relevance of having a super life? What is preventing you from having a super life, and how you can have one now? So I am doing a live workshop on this. Well, it's actually a virtual retreat that's going to be happening in a week or two. If you happen to be catching this episode later, no big deal. You can just respond to the email and I can get you the replay. So first of all, let's say a super life is like super Xing everything that's important to you. So like super fries, right? You get more of the good things. So a super life is having adequate satisfaction across all areas of your life. Your health. So how do you show up in your physical being, your body weight, your self-image, your health, your actual health? How do you feel? Your vibrancy, longevity, the physical body, this meat machine that is carrying you around planet Earth. Like, do you feel healthy in your body and being? Other thing is relationships, not just your intimate love partner relationship, but your relationships with people who are important to you. Do you have deep, intimate, meaningful relationships, and relationships that you value, that you can support each other, help each other grow? Don't put up with each other's BS, right? Limiting beliefs. Don't let people that you love think less of themselves or do less in life. Like, relationships are not just about communication. It's about how are you being in the partnership. You are in partnership with your kids, with your clients, with your loved one, your whatever. Like, when I think about relationships, I think about everything on planet Earth that you can relate with, even nature. Like, what is your relationship with the animal world and the plant world? Like, your relationships are probably the most meaningful thing in your life. Do you work on keeping those optimized the way you would work on keeping your health optimized? Another area is your finances. Do you have the ability to earn enough money for you to have what you want in your health and relationships? Because without wealth, you can't have health. Health costs money. It costs money to eat healthy foods and also to take care of the needs and demands. I think massage is a requirement of a healthy life. Going to the chiropractor, having your nails done, like all of these things contribute to the quality of your health, and you need resources. And even in communication, like if you don't have resources, you can't have a cell phone. You can't have a cell phone. You can't really call your loved ones. These things are all related. And then when it comes to business, which is another area, it is your contribution. Are you contributing to others, to the world, in a way that is satisfying and fulfilling? Are you contributing as your purpose? Your purpose. Like, why do you get up and show up every day? Why do you go to work? Why do you promote and market and serve people? Because it's satisfying for you. Because not just because it pays you, but because it's satisfying and fulfilling, because it makes us somewhat more relevant. Now, we can just be relevant for ourselves, and in our relationship and in our health, but it is not the same as how you feel when you are contributing and when you are like giving back, giving to someone else, creating improvement, bringing something to the market or the world that wasn't there before. That just feels good. It feels satisfying. It feels exciting. I love to be inspired and in momentum. I like to see lives transform. I like to see their bodies and faces transform whenever I'm coaching. Like that is so satisfying and rewarding. Whenever someone comes in and they're anxious and nervous and afraid, and then suddenly they have peace and joy and their energy returns. So, how do you contribute? What do you give in value for you to get in return? So, some of you, it is just for financial means. You're like, I go to work and I bang it out, I clock in, I get the W-2 because that's what I have to do. And that's what I like to do. And that does serve me. It's safe. I feel secure in my job. I know that they need me. I know that I do a good job. And I know it's going to be consistent. It's going to be sustainable. This is something that's not going away anytime soon. There is a need for what I do. And I like having a W-2. For others, being an entrepreneur, being a business owner, or being a practitioner that's a 1099, that's the importance. You get to choose. That's the relevance. You get to decide. How do you want to contribute? And then why? The more value you pump into the world, the more you will receive and resources. And I'm not saying you're more or less valuable because of the money that you make. Not at all. Don't go there. I'm saying that when you give value to someone, someone needs what you have. They are willing to pay you, maybe even higher ticket because it's you, because of your uniqueness, because of what you bring to the market in your special kind of way. So you have your health, you have your wealth, your relationships, your contribution, right? All of these things matter. What about your spiritual life? That's where your purpose is, right? Why? Why do you do what you do? Like when you really think about this, if you want to have a super life, you're thinking about like the soul work, the spiritual work is that's where the supersize comes in. Because when you are dialed in, you have self-worth and value. You know who you are, and you feel super confident in that. And you feel competent in what you give and how you receive. Because if you don't have worthiness, if you don't truly believe that you are worthy, you will not be able to receive compensation, abundance, and if you do, you will not be able to hold on or maintain it. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. 3 things I'm going to ask you. Do you struggle with earning more and having more? Like, do you struggle with getting what you want? This is going to be number 1. Do you struggle with getting what you want? Like, I just can't get there. I get really close, but I can't get there. I can't cross the finish line. Number 2, do you get there, but then lose it? Like, oh, I got a few clients. I got the pay raise. Like, oh, my relationship was like, I got the person. We were just getting along so well. Like, oh, it was so good. And then, dang it, something always happens. Like, really think about how you talk to yourself and how you explain your life. Either you can't get there, you can't find, you just can't seem to achieve it, or you achieve it and you find it and you get there, but it just slips right on the verge, right? It just slips out of your hands. And the third is you're there, you're doing better than most, but when one area is doing good, the other areas fall. And it's like you can't seem to keep them all going at the same time. So when your business is doing really well, your partner's mad at you, your friends are lonesome or disappointed, they tell you you work all the time. Or maybe right there when you start making more money and your relationships are good, something happens at work. God darn it. always happens. This always happens. I was getting clients, we were getting along good. Then I got sick. I got diagnosed with. I've been down for 2 weeks. I've been down for 4 weeks. Like, man, I just can't keep my health up. It's showing up in my body. My back hurts. My knee went out. Like, if that is you, that's person number 3. So person number 1 just can't get there. I can't have what they have, man. I'm doing the same thing they're doing. I don't know why they're making so much and I'm not. Number 2, I make it and I can't keep it. Something always takes it away. And number 3, I'm doing better than most. This is average. I'm doing better than most. I'm not satisfied and happy, and I can't have it all. I can't get it to all be happy at the same time. So even though I'm happy here, it's like I'm fighting here, always putting out fires. Like I do good, and then I got to go over here. And then when I go over here, this one falls. And so it's like a juggling act. So which one are you? 1, 2, or 3? This is what I'm going to be talking about in How to Have It All virtual retreat, which is also how to have a super life. A super life is having it all. It's when all areas of your life are optimized. Your social life, your relationships, your intimate relationships, your work relationships, you're in good physical health. You're not like getting sick all the time. It's like when things are going well, you do even better. You're more energized. You're more excited. So many of you I talk to, and you have to sacrifice finances for your health. You've got to overwork and overgive, and you get stressed out, and then you get sick, and your immune system plummets, and you're just like, God dang it. I was doing so good. I was doing so good. And man, my back went out. I had to go to the doctor. I've got this stuff going on. It's so tricky. This work is so tricky. Now listen, it's not easy to identify. And I surely don't want you to blame yourself, because this is nothing that we are doing. This is something that we haven't been told about. We don't know how it works. Our parents didn't know. There was no mentors or coaches or people helping us to understand this. And I made it my mission to help people optimize their life. You do not have to be stressed out and sacrifice your health and your relationships in order to grow your business. You do not have to sacrifice your business in order to keep your health and your relationships. I know it's not what everyone says. I get it. But let me tell you what's really true. You can have it all. Is how you do anything, is how you do everything. You just got to figure out how to do it all at the same time. So if this is something that you are struggling with, guys, send me an email. Ask how we can work together. How can I help you? Because I understand what it's like to have a team, to make a lot of money, but then not be able to keep it together. Someone's always not showing up. Someone's always sick. Someone's always struggling, right? It is really hard to be the business owner and to manage people, because you don't just have to keep your belief up and your work up. Like you're just constantly at the mercy of your people and what's going on around you. And then the market, right? You're not in competition with the person like you. You're in competition with what's getting attention online, with politics, with the like all the fighting and the canceling and you got to look out for everything you're saying and doing. All of that stuff is your competition. They can't hear you. They can't find you because they clicked on something and now they're just being bombarded with bad news and you lost them. You lost them. But here's a trick. When you optimize all areas of your life, in other words, when you start living a super life, you are going to magnetize those people back, because that magnetism, it breaks through the noise. When you got it together, people want to know how they can get it together. So this is my invitation to you to get it together. Learn about what you're missing, about what you don't know, about what you don't understand. There is a difference between knowing and understanding. Knowing is something that you mentally know, you've heard it before. Understanding it is actually experiencing it mentally and emotionally, like knowing it. You ever just like knew in your, some of you say in your heart of hearts and some of you say in your gut, but you just knew, you just know, like it's a knowing. You don't even have to say it. It's like faith, so sure, so certain that you never even have to talk about it. That's what I want to offer you. That's a super life where you've optimized all those areas, but primarily the 4 areas, right? Mind, body, soul, and then how do you contribute to the world and make money? Like, what is that exchange? Like, these are primary areas, the way that you feel, the way that you think, the way that you look, the energy that you have, the partnerships and relationships that you're in, they all matter. They all matter. And if you are really interested in this and you want to take a deep dive into it, I have some in-person events coming up. So there you're going to hear it. There's going to be some online. You're going to hear more about it on the podcast. And whether you're in business or if it's your personal life, I have options for you. So for today, let me give you a takeaway. I want you to notice which one of those groups you're in. That's it. Just recognize, I can't ever get it. I can't get to it. It's so close. Just can't. It's like right when I'm about to touch it, boom, just goes. Cannot get it. Can't get the break. Number 2, I get it. It comes in. I can't keep it. I just can't keep it. Just lose it. And number 3, I got it, but I can't have it all. I can have it here, or I can have it here, or maybe I can have it here and here. But then like you're just juggling. You just can't have all of it at the same time. Which one are you? 1, 2, or 3? And wherever you are listening to this at, if you're on YouTube, and if you're not on YouTube, go to YouTube and comment in the comments. If you're seeing a glimpse of this on social media, Facebook, like shoot, send me a DM and just tell me which one you are. Send an email, kim@kimguillory.com, and let me know which one. This is going to be something that you have to recognize first. It's your very first step. Until you see what the actual problem is, you're not going to be able to move forward. We can't go and create a super life without you first identifying and understanding. So I want to know, which one are you? I would love to do a survey on this. Maybe we can come up with a form that we can attach here to the bottom to where I can get some feedback on this, because I would love to know which group has the most amount of people so that I can tailor something for you. And I don't know whether it's online or in person, offer something to solve it. Because guys, my world is a better world when your world is a better world. We are all in it together, like it or not. We're on an individual journey, so we are all alone. But how we show up and how far we get in life impacts our entire the entire world. It impacts everything. If you have a bunch of people that feel like crap and they're not contributing, then we're all going to have a problem. But if you have more people who feel really good, their health is optimized, their relationships are satisfying and fulfilling, the way that they contribute to the world is giving them satisfaction, they're making plenty of money, so they're spending it in the market and everybody is thriving. Oh my God, doesn't that sound amazing? That's what I want to see more of. So if you want to see more of that, come into my world. Come and get this cleaned up. All right, my friends, you have an amazing week.